Something very important that is also referred to in ancient Greek philosophy is how knowledge needs to become a lived experience, and in this way it becomes wisdom. So basically what happens is that when we learn only from the mind, with giving emphasis on the brain and logic and the mental aspect, then we know truth or reality from a perspective that is disconnected, is not grounded yet. But when we have a lived experience of truth, which happens through living life, from a combination of the mind with the rest of the body, the heart, the gut, the feet, the whole presence of the presence of the whole as it is in all the aspects, body, mind, spirit, then the experience becomes grounded and truth becomes a lived experience. In this way, I become a more wise person, and what I know is something that is felt within me. So in spiritual traditions, the place that we feel everything is at the center of our hearts. And the center of the spiritual heart is actually somewhere in the center of the chest. It's not the organ of the heart, it's more like the magnetic field of the heart consciousness at the center of the chest. It's the fourth chakra, so it's the one between the lower aspects and the higher aspects of ourselves. It's what unites and what is central and what is found at the core of who we are. That is the magnetism of the heart. One of the most important things that one can do is to start going from the mind into the heart, and from the heart into the lower chakras, into the earth. And in this way, what happens is that we are tools of sort of downloading spirit to the earth realm, to this three-dimensional realm. So what happens is that we use our being to unite heaven and earth, to unite the more etheric reality, the more ethereal, invisible reality with the more physical and sort of grounding reality. And so when I work with spirit, when I say that I'm a spiritual person, I cannot really ground the wisdom if I don't also use my body as a tool of awareness and as a sort of sacred vessel through which I can have this experience. And I can also become aware of the importance of this experience for the deepening of the awareness that I have about who I am. Because, well, basically the disconnection between the heart and the mind sort of reflects the disconnection that is in society between, the earth being separate from us, or animals being separate from us, or other people being separate from us. There's this separateness that is within us, like a schism, that is actually reflected in the outer world by the lack of respect towards other beings, the earth, and ultimately ourselves, because the lack of respect towards anyone else is a lack of respect towards ourselves. So these are some of the ideas I wanted to bring together, to bring here for reflection. So basically the tours that I'm organizing through Mystical Greece offer this very specific tool for awakening and for awareness, which is the lived experience, like the spiritual lived experience, what it is to see sort of the divine in everything by being present and by listening, by truly being in the moment and reflecting upon the wisdom of the earth and and what the ancestors have left for us to rediscover, that is something that is also valuable for us at this moment, in this day. And I feel it's really important to start paying attention to what is invisible, because it's most of reality is outside of our spectrum of our four senses. And the fifth sense is actually possible to be honed, and our fifth sense is something that we can develop through practices and through this becoming more sensitive and more aware of every single moment. And by being in our body in a deeper way, then we can really listen to what is out there that is possibly not visible or audible to others, but is important to us. And, sometimes you're like, okay, what am I connecting to? Could it be something sinister? Or is it like real? And there's one rule that you can always use with everything, and that is, how does it make you feel? Because we can always feel we have the capacity to know what is right for us and what is wrong. We have the innate capacity to know truth. The only reason we don't listen to it is because we don't trust. We don't trust ourselves, we don't trust others. There's like a lack of faith. But I'm not talking about blind faith, I'm talking about the deeper knowing within us that is always connected to the universe and to cosmic truth, to the higher realms and to the ultimate truth, essentially. Something that we need to develop because it's important for many reasons, as you might already know.